Over 1,800 new businesses started every day last year in the US by women entrepreneurs. We are flocking to entrepreneurship, which begs us to ask the question, what do women entrepreneurs really want when they go and launch these companies? I'm Amy Walker, small business strategist, speaker, and author, and thanks so much for watching. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we release new content. Let's talk about women entrepreneurship, this movement, why we're flocking to entrepreneurship, and what we really want. I have been an entrepreneur pretty much since I graduated from school. I graduated from college, married and pregnant with my first son, which I know is not the order most people do it in, but it worked for us. And I had my first baby right after graduation, and about 3-4 months after he was born, I was ready to do something. I wanted that challenge. I wanted something that was my own, but at the same time, I didn't want to go into the career that I had graduated in because it would have really had a set structure. It wouldn't have been flexible for my family. The pay was very limited, and I didn't feel like it gave me a lot of opportunities. So I started a business at a very young age. I've run 7 different businesses. And all of them have made money, although the first 6, they didn't make a lot of money. I'm not going to lie about that. And it took me some time to really get to the point where I am in business today, where my company totally supports my family. My husband works with me. We run this company together. And pretty much everything that we have is because of Amy Walker Consulting. We love being business owners. We love working together. But there were some specific things that drew me into entrepreneurship that I think a lot of you are probably yearning for and searching for, even if maybe you haven't been able to articulate it yet. So I'm going to give you today 8 things that I believe women entrepreneurs want when they start their businesses. And I'm also going to give you a little bit of warning about how to ensure that you actually get this and protect it. Because sometimes we go into business wanting one thing and then it ends up being something entirely different. First reason I believe women are flocking to entrepreneurship is because they want to set their own priorities. They don't want somebody else telling them what's the highest priority and what's the most important thing and where they should be dedicating their time. They want to be able to set their priorities and live in accordance with them. Now, that's what we want. Here's the challenge within this is sometimes when we get into entrepreneurship and we jump in, it's so demanding. And I think a lot of us are surprised by just how demanding it is and how there's nobody else to pass it off to in the beginning. It's you. Like, you have to get it done. And I know that I struggled. I knew what my priorities were. I knew I wanted faith and family first. I knew I wanted to fit business in. But when business started to really grow and become more and more demanding, I found myself shifting on my boundaries. Like I wanted to work while my kids are at school, but then all of a sudden I'm working until 5. And then as soon as dinner's done, I'm sneaking back into my office and I'm working some more. And I had to really go, wait a second, Amy. You are the one who has set your priorities. You are the one in control of this. So you are the one who's going to have to set those boundaries. So yes, set your priorities, determine what they are, but also you've got to be the one to uphold them. All right, the second thing we want to control our time. We want to be the ones that say when we're working, what the schedule is, how many hours we're able to put in and dedicate in this season of our life, and really own our own schedule. Before I launched Amy Walker Consulting, I was working as an independent contractor for another company, and it was a great gig. I loved the company, I loved the values, I loved everything that they were doing, but you know what? They were running events and I had to be at all their events and it was on their schedule, not mine. And it just got to the point where it was a little hard to manage with my growing brood of, at the time, little kids. And so one of my big reasons was to set that schedule. And I love the fact that if I need to, I can be up at 4 a.m. to get stuff done so that I can be at the field trip. Or that I can take a day off and then work on a Saturday if that's what it takes for me to be able to be off on a day my kids have off of school. I love that flexibility. However, the warning that I have for you is be careful that you are diligent with managing your time. Otherwise, what it will turn into is you never get anything done, and family stuff is always encroaching on your business time. So you get to set your schedule, you have control over that, but you just need to make sure that you're on top of it and you get your stuff done. Number 3 thing that we love is there is no glass ceiling. You can literally go as far as you want in business. You can increase your income whenever you decide to re-strategize and work harder and smarter. And we love that there's no limits. That is amazing. I actually don't have any words of warning in this one. I just say go after it, get what you want, and set those goals and set them big. The 4th thing that we want is we want to be able to set our own pace. There are seasons where I want to run fast in business. And then there are times where like my family really needs me. Last year was a very demanding year for my family. There was a lot of needs. We put my grandma into full-time care and stepped into that role of being a caregiver with my sister. And it was really demanding, selling the house, getting it all ready. And there were times where I was like, you know what? I got to adjust my pace in business. I've got to slow things down just a little bit in order to be able to be present for the things that my family needs. And the best part was I didn't have to ask anyone for permission for that. I got to make that change and I got to shift. So I love that. The one thing that I will tell you, my word of caution here is be careful, because there's never a season where your life isn't demanding. I just have never found that to be the case. There's always demands. And so don't hide behind the average everyday demands of your family and let that allow you to play small and go slower than what you want. But if you hit a real time of crisis like we did last year, where you need to fully jump in and it's very time demanding, and I had to be on the road traveling away from my family in order to manage all of these things, that's okay. You can slow down, and we love that. The 5th thing that we love is we get to set our definition of success. When you work for somebody else, the owner of the company determines what the goals are. Anything less than that is not successful. They set the culture, they set the pace, they set all of that. And I love that in entrepreneurship, I get to decide what success looks like for me. For me, in this phase of raising a whole lot of kids, success has always been, can I make enough money to provide a really good life for my family? And can I have the lifestyle that I want and be a fully present wife and mom? That's been my definition of success, and I've been able to achieve it. Now, if I was in somebody else's structure, they might look at it and say, this business has potential to be a multi-million-dollar business. Why are you stopping at $500,000? And I totally get that. I think that thought from time to time as well. But I also know that when I try to go beyond what I have set as my parameters, then it doesn't feel like my version of success anymore, where I want lifestyle, I want peace, I want to be able to be present with my family and plugged in and engaged with them. So I love, love, love that we get to set our own definition of success. My word of warning in this one is don't set it too small. Like, stretch yourself, cause yourself to grow, and always honor your priorities, but never hide from what you want because you're busy as a woman. The 6th thing that we want is impact and influence. And I absolutely believe that when entrepreneurship is done well, that it becomes a platform for creating global change. There is so much good that we get to do in the world, and we get to do it directly through our businesses, and we get to do it indirectly through the ripple effect of the blessings that come from our business. I have coached some really amazing, successful entrepreneurs who have then gone out and are influencing thousands. They're running nonprofits in Haiti to stop sex trafficking. They are inspiring mothers around the globe. They are building wells and running charitable organizations. They're doing a lot of good things because their business is tight. It's running well. They're making what they need to make. Now they can look out beyond themselves and they can see what comes next. And so I love that in entrepreneurship, it gives us impact and influence within our clients, within our community, and then on that global scale. And I don't have any words of warning for that one either. It's just good. Go be influential, run with it, do great things in the world. The seventh thing women want in business is they want to be able to raise others up with them. There's a really cool statistic that globally, when a woman in a developing nation earns income, she invests that back into her community, into putting her children into school, and she then raises the standard within her community, raises up that next generation. The same is not true when a man in a developing nation earns income. And so what I love about women in business is that when we win, we bring other people with us. We reach out and mentor newer women in business. We create jobs. We share our success and our knowledge in a way that allows us to be able to help other people along the journey. And I think that's something that all of us would love to be able to do, is to create more opportunities for the next generation of women entrepreneurs to come along. Now, my word of caution with this is don't play small. The smaller you play, the less people you have that you can help along the way, and look for those opportunities. Sometimes it's easy to get so wrapped up in the busyness that we personally have that we don't reach out, we don't help other people along the way. And I think it's more joyful when you do. The last thing that women want in business is we want to be able to make a lot of money. We want to be able to know that there's no income cap, that we can go after our dreams, that we can be highly profitable, that we can provide for our families, and I love, love, love that. The word of caution that I have here is sometimes as women, we are so invested emotionally into our business. Our businesses almost feel like our babies. Like, we love our businesses. We're fiercely loyal to the people that work with us. And I know for me, I have had to have honest conversations with myself about my CEO hat versus my kind and giving heart, and making sure that I am really protecting my business, that I am strategizing things so that they will be profitable, that I'm not giving everything away or underpricing or accepting excuses from underperforming employees because I feel bad for their situations. I really have to sometimes be like, okay, take off the Amy just loves everybody hat and put on that CEO hat, be a great business owner, and make the hard calls. There are so many amazing reasons to be in business right now. And if you are a woman entrepreneur, I really hope that you'll listen to these, figure out which ones you connect with, and get serious about your business growth this year, because there is so much good that you can do. The world is waiting for you. So step into it, show up, and really create a business that is going to provide everything that you want. If you haven't done it yet, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If this video was helpful and you liked it, would you do me a favor? Leave me a comment, push that like button, and share this with some other women entrepreneurs in your tribe. If you'd like to join a community of like-minded entrepreneurs and start building your support network, I would invite you to come join us at my private Facebook group, The CEO Spot. It's a place where you can connect with other like-minded business owners, ask your questions, and just stay engaged. If I can support you in any way in growing your business, I would love to be a resource for you. In the description, there is a link for an application to work with me. If you're interested and serious about growth this year, go ahead and fill that out, and we'll get a time scheduled when we can work on your business strategy. Thanks everybody so much for watching.